So Ellie just told me that she has a phone call with her doctor who's been taking all of her blood work from this video that you may remember here. She just did all of her blood work over again because now she's not pregnant. So hopefully we'll be able to get some information, some more results, and we can start moving forward on some things. And he's gonna call any second.
Oh no, I agree. I don't know what it feels like to feel good. Like my good days, I know I'm still crappy.
Like one of the biggest things and concerns for us is to just helping your blood sugar levels stay really consistent. Here's the foods I want you to eat. Here's the foods I want you to avoid. And then you'll start on supplements, and then you'll start seeing him twice a week. And then obviously you can check in with me as well.
Yeah.
We'll kind of just both monitor things closely. We'll add foods in super fast and strategically and smart. And then your quality of life should just get better and you should improve.
I'm really, really excited.
I'm excited for you. I know it's gonna stink, but I'm excited to see in 60 days from now where you're at. Like, look, you might not see the world change within the first 30 days, but you should definitely notice, like, well, things are definitely functioning differently, right? And then as you continue to improve and as we work on different imbalances, you'll just get better and better. Like, diet will be pretty much all you worry about because that's just what you can control. Whereas for us, diet's probably only about 20%.
Yeah.
We'll be working on, like, with the supplements and all that stuff, we'll literally be working on, like, every possible imbalance that you have in the blood work. Then we'll retest to make sure that it's improved. And then we'll continue to work one by one, just making sure every possible imbalance that we find is kicking butt and doing a lot better.
Perfect. It's hard to swallow when it's like, food is what you need to worry about. It's like, oh, it's so hard. Young parents, you're trying to...
Yep. If you can put in a solid 3 weeks, after 3 weeks, it's like downhill from there. You're just going to get, life gets easier and easier. So if you can commit to 3 weeks, then it's great. I would advise, let's maybe wait till your husband's blood work's back. Because it would actually be nice if he had similar issues or inflammatory problems, then you guys could eat kind of the same and motivate each other. He'll probably be on different supplements and things to improve. Yours are like so unique to an autoimmune patient and to you specifically. Yeah. So the supplements that you'll take might be different than his. However, dietary wise, like stabilizing blood sugar levels, eating foods that are not inflammatory, like those are all pretty consistent things. You'll have different food intolerance down the road, but at least at first, when things are the hardest, you guys can kind of tag team together, you know?
Do you see this specific immune disease often? Or is this one more rare?
It's more rare than like Hashimoto's and rheumatoid arthritis and lupus and all that stuff, but we see it quite a bit just because we see a lot of our autoimmune patients and they do really, really well.
Okay, well, I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to working with the other office too.
You betcha. Any other questions at all?
No, I really appreciate it.
Honey, you're in tears.
Well, I'm just like overwhelmed.
Let's go talk about
It's like not easy. It's like, did you hear him say like, oh, you just got to worry about your food. And I know he didn't mean, I mean, he's just saying, okay, for you, focus on food. But it's like, that's hard. It's a full-time job. Yeah. That's why everyone's walking around with coffee and sodas in their hand, is it's hard.
Door dashing all the time.
Yes, it's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard enough just taking care of kids and making them eat what you give them. Taking care of a baby, I'm tired. I live off of peanut butter balls and I can't eat peanut butter. Like I'm so happy, but I'm also like, oh, this is not easy. Like, it's overwhelming.
So you just had your phone call. The doctor sent over a lot of the blood test results that Ellie got.
I mean, that was a lot of info.
I heard a lot of talk about autoimmune diseases.
Yeah, I asked, I'm like, how come you are the one that told me about this and not all the other doctors I've been to? I have done 15, 20 vials of blood and I still have more that I'm going to go do tomorrow. They've just done intensive blood work. Wow. So it's been several times going in and out for them to find this. And this is what he specializes in, is autoimmune disorders. He said when you go to your doctor, your insurance and the doctor's time, he has 15 minutes with you. Doctors don't have time for what you are going through. And that was weird to hear.
It seems super contradictory because aren't you going there for you?
But when you go to doctors, to me, from my experience right now, I'm just going to get medication.
A lot of times,
I'm not going to get diagnoses.
It could appear that you are getting treated for the symptom or what's showing, not necessarily what's causing the symptom.
Yeah. It's hard because I never want to bash any doctors.
No,
I've loved all of
yeah.
the doctors I've been with. I've also had frustrations. Josh specializes in autoimmune disorders. More people have them. They just don't know they have them. They don't know how to manage it.
A lot of people probably go undiagnosed their whole life too.
Well, yeah.
That's exactly what we're going through right now. A lot of people just listen to the first doctor and say, sorry, this is what life is. This is how it's going to be.
It's like I am so happy because I know that I've had something going on. I've known I haven't felt the best. He said a lot of times, I said, how did I even get this? And he said, the biggest things are menopause, teen years, after childbirth, traumatic incidences. And I'm like, okay, stress.
Check. One of the test results that came back positive, that Ellie has an autoimmune disorder called Sjogren's, which has to deal with dry eyes and tear ducts, which Ellie has had a lot of problems with that in the past. Difficulty swallowing. I don't know if you remember, but we've always talked about how Ellie,
even right now, I'm stressed. So
the anxiety brings that. So there's lots of treatments that we can go through to help with that. I think what was surprising to me, though, was your food test results, what you are sensitive to. I mean, these are things that you eat every single day. Coconut, lettuce.
I love coconut smoothies. I live off of that.
You have salads.
Coconut water?
Probably, yeah.
I literally drink 4 a day.
Yeah. Lettuce, cow's milk, peanuts. You live on peanut butter balls. Rice. We eat rice all the freaking time. Wheat, tomatoes. I mean, this... Of course this is it. This is like your diet.
And that... He said, if we can get you 3 weeks to 60 days, just really focus on your food, he goes, you will see the biggest difference.
Yeah.
And he said, and then you may not be having issues with peanuts. It's just, let's get your body of what it wants to have, and then
your reactivity may be based on other factors, and once we get those under control, those reactivities may not be as intense.
God, I'm so tired. This is good though, because I could live. Is broccoli okay to eat in here? Is broccoli on here? I'll have to look.
Is tuna on there?
Yes!
Yes!
I can live, but not sandwich bread and not lettuce.
What about potato chips?
I could live off of like quinoa and steak bites.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
I can have
always so
eggs.
good.
It's like I do eat a lot of these good foods for me. I just will really hone in on what I can eat.
Yeah. And the nice thing about this is going through a huge dietary change, going through all of these foods that are going to be completely different that we're not used to. It can be hard doing it by yourself. And I would never want Ellie to go through that. So I'm getting all of my blood work done too, because if we're going to do this, we might as well do it together. And if there's any changes that I need to do, I want to do it with Ellie. It'll just make it easier. Just like everything in life, it's nice to have someone to lean on when you're not feeling as strong. So I'm going to lean on Ellie as much as I can while I go through the struggle of changing my diet. And Ellie on me. I would never.
But Jared wants to do this as well because he has a lot of inflammation.
Yeah, that could be a huge factor with my hip.
It would be good for any American to go through a good clean.
Yeah, to not have so many processed foods. And so there's only benefits that can come from this, and we're going to do it together because it is difficult. The first month will probably be very difficult to make all of these changes. So we're going to do it together.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is like I can do so good all day. It's not because I'm sitting down binging shows and I need tons of food. It's just I can breathe, and it just sounds so good to eat a bowl of ice cream, or it sounds so good to just like cuddle up in bed and eat a few cookies. Like literally just a little bit. And it's like, that's hard. I'll just have a bowl of like strawberries I'll manage.
You'll figure something out. We will together.
But it's not easy for anyone, and I think that's why we're even sharing it, is we have had so many dang videos. It's like, Ellie has a migraine. Ellie has a migraine.
Jared has hip pain. Jared has hip pain. It's funny that this call came today because our video about my hip appointment came out today for us. We are planning on getting a hip replacement, but in the meantime, we are going to be doing this kind of stuff because if my diet can help with any sort of hip pain, or if any other anti-inflammatory medicine can help with my hip pain before I have a hip replacement,
even better.
Even better. So we're going to try this for a little bit. As long as we do the hip replacement before the year's end, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to do this with you.
Thanks.
I hope and pray that you feel good after this. I'm sorry, all of this is hard.
When you put in what are the symptoms of this immune thing is stiffness, hard time swallowing, prolonged fatigue, migraines.
Yeah. Sounds like Ellie.
That's wild. You know, it talks about potentially permanent eye damage here. It's a lifelong thing that I'll have that you just need to work on. And it's like yesterday at the store, I told Jared, I'm like, I cannot see. I said, I feel drugged.
Yeah. You were like
the most
woozy.
The most drugged I've ever been is after, I think it was Calvin's birth, is they gave me much stronger medication than they do now. Now it's like Tylenol, but I think I had like Percocet or something. And I remember taking it and like laying there. I'm like, wow. Like I felt loopy. And it's like, I felt that times 10 just walking around the grocery store yesterday with Jared. And I literally said, well, just know I love you in case I have a stroke.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Because I literally did not feel like myself. I literally was just like, I feel like not myself right now. And it's probably because it was at the end of the night.
Yeah.
I was exhausted. I needed to eat dinner.
I think...
I don't always feel like that,
No.
but that was just a situation.
Whenever you say that kind of stuff, it just breaks my heart because there's a few different things. And I know you're going to say, like, Jared, you're great, like, you do enough. I always feel like, what more can I do to help? But also, I think of all of the other women out there who are struggling with, like, similar things who aren't getting that support. And it just makes me feel terrible. Because how many doctors are saying, like, your tests are normal? How many husbands are saying, just deal with it?
Just having someone to vent to listen and be empathetic.
And I'm not always perfect with that.
It goes a long way. You are very much that way.
Well, thank you.
You are very much that way.
Like, I truly hope that I can improve in ways to help you get the help you need.
I think sitting down together, going over, like, I do all the food. I think sitting down and going over food together would be beneficial.
Yeah. Once a week, meal plan. We're going to have to do it.
And I think, and I'm not saying this to quite correct you, but it's like, it's more than once a week. It's like every other day.
Yeah.
I swear, it's like, for me, when I've tried weekly, by Friday, produce is bad or whatever, and then you veg out the weekend.
A routine thing. Yeah. And I think that's what I meant by like once a week is
and
like...
that's why I said I'm not correcting.
Yeah, you're good. We got each other. We understand. Well, I want to draw you a bath. I want you to take a bath so you can just like relax and think about this. Oh. And I'm not going to bring you ice cream or a peanut butter ball.
Hey, he said not to start until you're butter.
Then I'm going to bring you ice cream and a peanut butter
Here's the thing. Ball. This is what I am going to do, and then I'll wrap this up. I am going to start eating the good things that it says on here, and I'm going to be very consistent starting today.
Yeah.
I will allow myself to have a treat, one small treat at night until we really start this.
Yeah.
Because
we're still meeting with the other guys,
yeah.
And then that's when he'll say what we can and can't eat.
Yeah. Well, this was a long, long time coming. Over 5 years coming. My migraines really started right after I had Tommy, but my tired, painful eyes have started since after Calvin was born. It's been a long time coming, and I think I have a lot of emotions that I need to think about and deal with. Right now, I do feel good overall. We have a beautiful baby that sleeps decently, that eats really well, so overall, I feel good. We got to end this. I'm going to go take a bath.
I love you so much.
Love you too.
Thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you guys next time. Say bye, Tom.